Hello everyone, welcome back to Math Specs. My name is Stephanie and today we're going to learn some very important math skills dealing with fractions in 5 minutes or less. Today our goal is to know how to find the lowest common denominator. So let's get started. So first we're going to start off with some fraction basics. Fractions here on the right, you'll see have numerators and denominators. And numerators are just what we call the numbers on the top. So 3 and 2 would be numerators, and denominators are the numbers on the bottom. So 2 and 5 down here would also be considered denominators. When we add and subtract fractions, we must have the same lowest common denominator. And today we're going to find out how to find that. So let's continue. So what do? To find the lowest common denominator, we have two options. The first option is pretty simple and straightforward. The only thing you have to do is to multiply the denominators together. The second option would be to list the multiples of the two denominators. For example, here on the right, I'm going to add 3/2 plus 2/5. So I take my denominators, which are 2 and 5, and I list out my multiples, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, right, for 2. And for 5, it would be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, and 40. And here I notice that my lowest common multiple is going to be 10. Here it is, and here it is here as well. Lowest means that it's the smallest or the lowest value. Common means that they both have it, so they both have a 10. And so here our lowest common multiple would be 10, and so our LCD would be 10. Or you can, using method 2, we would multiply 2 times 5, and that would give us 10. Okay, let's continue to some examples. So here we're going to find the LCD of 5/8 plus 4/3. So using method 1, we would simply multiply 8 times 3, and our LCD would be 24. If you wanted to use method 2, you would simply write out the multiples. So 8, 16, 24, 32, and let's say 40, we'll go up to 5. So this one will be 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27. So we see here that the lowest common multiple would be 24. Okay, so our LCD for this would be 24. Okay, and let's continue to the next example of finding the lowest common denominator. So here we have 1/3 plus 3/10. So if we wanted to find the LCD here for our method 1, let's call that better. Method 1, we would multiply 3 times 10, which is our denominators here, and it would be 30. So that would be our LCD using method 1. But if we use method 2, where we have to write out the multiples, I'd write 3 and 10. Again, I would write 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30, 33, etc. Okay, and here we have 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. So our lowest common multiple would be 30. Okay, so our LCD using method 2 would also be 30. You're going to get the same answer. It's just a matter of which method you prefer. Okay, so let's continue. We're going to find again the LCD for this. So I'm actually going to use method 1. And I'm just simply going to multiply my two denominators together. So 7 times 5, that would give me 35. So my LCD for this would be 35. Okay, and you can go ahead and try out method 2 on your own and simply write out the multiples of 7 and 5, and you should get the same answer, 35. So let's continue. And finally, we have 2/3 plus 1/9, and we are asked to find the lowest common denominator. So I'm going to multiply my two denominators, which are 3 and 9, and that should give me 27. So my LCD will be 27. Okay, hopefully that is making sense. And next time we will continue with adding fractions now that you know how to find the lowest common denominator. Thank you so much for watching and good luck.